I'm Henry Nicely, and today, in today's time, I was watching the news, and it has been so much aggravated assault, sexual assaults, and rapes occurring, and it made me realize how much it has occurred, but not many people are talking about it on a daily basis. You have different organizations, you have different groups that honor people throughout the year, or maybe a certain time of the year. I know back in 2015, it was something passed to have a setting in the month of April. But as I looked and learned, I thought to myself, it needed to be addressed even that much more, because sexual violence and rape, it occur so much in the United States of America that it stated that 321 and 500,000 people it affects, whether they was raped or attempt to be raped. It occurred. And I began to just look back and look at the research of it, because people don't want to talk about it because it's a main issue. It's not dealing with politics, it's not dealing with religion, it's dealing with individuals. Even though the Bible is against it, but yet it's still dealing with individuals. So you have to get to the level of where the individuals are so they can make their complaints. And as I began to research it, I began to look at how many people that wasn't reporting these incidents when it happened. Based upon who it was, I was embarrassed, I was ashamed, I caused it to happen. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So these people went through life carrying this burden on them while the perp guy continued to get away. Well, I began to think, I said, well, if they are ashamed to speak out, if they're afraid to speak out, what is it that can happen or can take place to make them feel comfortable to come out and just begin to express? So I was looking at the news and I said, well, things been happening for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and people are finally getting and saying, I'm gonna say something about it now. What it was then or now, the effects are still the same to the victim. And people, I was talking to someone and they said, well, why did they wait so long to tell? I don't think that's fair. Okay, is it fair to continue to go through life with this burden and this pain and being ashamed to share it until something sparks it to make you tell the truth? So as I began to think about it, I said, since 1998, it has been estimated 17.7 million people in America, which are women, has this thing happen to them. Whether they was victims or as far as it happening to them or attempted. And most of them never said a word. They just continued to go through. So as in my research, I began to look at it. I said, well, it's not just something that's occurring, but it has to be generational. Because the Bible teaches us about generational curses. So it has to be something that's generational, that they're picking it up from somewhere. Somewhere it has come across to them and they begin to exemplify it, because maybe this is all they know. Or maybe this is how they feel control over their life because of the weakness that they struggle with. But whatever the case may be, it has to stop with a voice. But without a voice, it won't stop. So my name is Henry Nicely, and I approve this message.